Hey everybody, welcome back to A Cup of History. Today we're at Coffee Express in Port Clinton, Ohio. They have really good breakfast sandwiches and great bakery. Today we're going to be heading over to Put-in-Bay to check out Perry's Victory and International Peace Memorial. So grab your cup of coffee and let's get into some history. To get over to Put-in-Bay, we're going to be taking the Miller Ferry. This is about a 20-minute boat ride and it's got really cool views. All right, we have our tickets. Let's head on over to Put-in-Bay. When you come to Put-in-Bay, you definitely have to get a golf cart. That's half the fun. We decided to go with Ease, and that's right by Miller's Ferry. It's a quick walk, it's really affordable. I'd recommend this one. Today, our story starts with the War of 1812, which lasted from 1812 to 1815. It was officially the first time the United States declared war. There were multiple causes of the war. Britain was at war with France, also known as the Napoleonic Wars. Britain placed heavy trade restrictions on the United States as a way to hurt France. The British were also practicing impressment, where they would force American sailors into the Royal Navy. There was also growing disputes over westward expansion into Native American lands. Britain supported Native American nations, who were determined to defend their homelands against U.S. settlement. All of this, mixed with a strong national pride, set the stage for the War of 1812. Now, I want to spend some time talking about the Battle of Lake Erie itself, one of the most decisive naval battles of the War of 1812. On the morning of September 10, 1813, Commodore Oliver Hazard Perry commanded a squadron of 9 American vessels against 6 ships of the British Royal Navy. Perry's flagship was the U.S. Lawrence, named after his friend Captain James Lawrence, whose last words were "Don't give up the ship." Those words were stitched into a large blue battle flag that flew over the deck. The Lawrence took heavy fire early in the battle. Nearly 80% of the crew were killed or wounded. Perry decided to make a bold decision. Right behind me is a replica of Perry's rowboat. This is where he left the U.S. Lawrence because it took a lot of fire and he transferred to the U.S. Niagara. In the process of leaving the U.S. Lawrence, he grabbed the famous blue flag that said "Don't give up the ship," and he took that over and he raised it on the U.S. Niagara. When Perry took command of the U.S. Niagara, he sailed straight into the British line and fired. This attack broke up the British formation and forced all 6 ships to surrender. In the end, America captured 6 British ships. The fighting was intense and both sides suffered heavy casualties. After the fighting ended, Perry sent a famous message to General William Henry Harrison. He wrote, "We have met the enemy and they are ours. 2 ships, 2 brigs, 1 schooner, and 1 sloop." This victory gave the United States full control of Lake Erie. It allowed American troops to retake Detroit, cut British supply lines, and weaken British alliances with native nations in the Northwest Territory. Before the battle, Perry had a large blue flag made from blue wool with the words, "Don't give up the ship." It was sewn by Margaret Forster Stewart along with her daughters and nieces in Erie, Pennsylvania. The phrase came from the dying command of his friend, Captain James Lawrence. There's nothing like driving a golf cart on this island. Now let's go check out this memorial. Right now we're walking up the steps and we're going to be heading to the elevator in the monument. This is from the top of the observation deck and the views are just incredible. We lucked out because one of the park rangers was willing to explain some of the islands that you can see from the observation deck.
This one on the horizon would be Pelee Island. It's the largest island on the lake, inhabited by Canada. The one to the right of that, ironically in the middle of nowhere, is Middle Island. And the one over here, the long neck goose-looking shaped giant island, that is Middle Bass, because we're here on South Bass, and it goes Middle Bass. The bigger island behind Middle Bass is North Bass, and the smaller island with 2 humps on it is to the left of North Bass, right over here, would be East Sister Island. Pelicans go over there to migrate, otherwise it's not inhabited by anybody. The circle shape more to the right would be Hen Island. It's one of the chickens. There's a few other islands. There is an island behind East Sister that is called Oak Harbor, although we cannot see it. And the island that is out in the horizon is Itty Bitty would be Michigan for a little ways. The island with the two rocks next to it, that is Rattlesnake Island. And the island in the marina would be Gibraltar Island, owned by Ohio State University Stone Lab.
Now we are in the rotunda, and if you look right here, it says, beneath the stones lies the remains of 3 American and 3 British officers killed in the Battle of Lake Erie, September 10, 1813. So this is their final resting place. This is where the 6 officers were initially buried after the battle. However, they were reinterred in the monument in 1913. This is the park in downtown Put-in-Bay. This is the largest Doric column in the world. I was shocked to hear that myself. It stands at 352 feet, and it's taller than the Statue of Liberty. The United States and Canadian border is the longest undefended border in the world, over 5,000 miles long. Of course, the monument is amazing, but you gotta check out Perry's Victory Visitor Center. They have really cool paintings in here of the Battle of Lake Erie. They have little models of ships, and you're gonna learn a lot. It's free to go into the Victory's Visitor Center. It is $10 to go in the monument. There's the statue of Perry. This depicts the Battle of Lake Erie and gets into the specifics of the names of the ships. This is a really cool graphic from the Visitor Center, really just showing how diverse Perry's squadron was. You had Navy officers, some were under the age of 25. You had African Americans who made up 15% of Perry's squadron. You had ship boys who were really young, between the ages of 10 and 17. You had U.S. Marines. You had the U.S. regular infantry, and you had the 147th Pennsylvania Regiment. Right here we have some amazing paintings from the Victory Visitor Center. Definitely make sure you check this out. It's honestly free to go in here. Alright everybody, that's going to do it for today. Thanks for checking out this video. Please like the video, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. I would also really encourage you to go check out the Perry's Victory and International Peace Memorial. I'd recommend coming on a weekday though, just because it's less crowded. As always, this is just a little piece of history. There's way more history with the War of 1812 and the Battle of Lake Erie. But that'll do it for today. We'll see ya.